love you. I'm both you best on the guy to line up with the so long. Any door is you have got your Nami of Java. She goes over to Katie, EGS. Go, Lumia, EGS. Go, Lumia,
What is genuine culture? Genuine culture is practice to protect oneself and others. All along the existences, Buddha has cultivated protection, restraint of one himself with knowledge of Panya. And also, since he cultivated Karuna, because he had great compassion, not to cause suffering or not to let others suffer, endure suffering, he practiced the restraint of not harming others. Thus, he was able to protect himself. In this way, two things are accomplished at the same time. How realistic it is. Last year, in this connection, there was an incident which happened last year when Sayadaw was on his trip to Honolulu. He met a Japanese Mahayana monk, and when he was asked which of the two, namely self-liberation and saving others, were important, he answered both. And Sayadaw said, if both are stuck in the mud, how can one save others? Is it possible? Is it realistic? One must, then he admitted that of course one must struggle to get out of this impasse. Then only one will be able to save others. So this is how he was able to answer. Earlier on, he was of the opinion that saving is more important than liberation. But later he became diplomatic. Maybe he knew what was in Sayadaw's mind. So he answered as both. That is, both liberation and saving are important. So whoever says what, it is important not to be misled by all these concepts. It is important to practice for self-liberation. In the beginning, if you practice for self-liberation, you are not affecting others. You are not causing harm to others. You are not causing suffering to others. Is there any higher culture, any better culture than this kind of practice? Buddha possesses knowledge and compassion. In other words, Panya and Karuna. He prohibited others not to walk on the wrong path, not to do evil or not to do unskillful deeds. He only guided others to do skillful deeds. Thus, you can imagine, you can decide by yourself whether this kind of practice is beneficial or not.
lama sampai menjadi jatuh jadi tentu kerana menjadi sesuatu. Sampai jadi sampai diusin. Sampai jadi sampai melak lila melak cuci. Itu jadi paling amat awal. Ini menjadi dari jentong koma, jentong ada dalam koma. Jentong yasi ada dalam koma. Yasi di sini ciri utama dalam koma. Jadi dalam koma. Ya, itu makhluk nasi, dia si makhluk nasi. Bila jadi lagi, lekuk jaja, lama jam cintong lekuk di jamaah, saya menjadi ibu, saya lucu, pilih bila apa, cuma tahu pun bisa salah, saya lama, benci mau, benci bukan jalan, dari saya lama. Macam ni aku akid hindi. Itu pun yang biasa saja. Mungkin orang ni kaya, awak nak cari, tapi awak nak cari sini dari bumi bahaya. Jadi dia. Kalau dia pun dia hari jumur sini, mungkin ada yang kaya, betul tak? Dan kalau ini dia, mungkin saya pun ini saya. Macam saya ni, ini dia macam. Macam kita, ini dia bawa lah. Ini dia macam apa sih lo? Ini dia macam apa sih lo? Maka mana macam saya siapa? Lalu dia juga. Kita terwari ini saya tak juga mesti melihat misal cara mungkin tapi dunia perlu mungkin terjadi jadi lainnya yang saya kira saya juga tanya dalam jodoh jauh nara yusi dengan jodoh tu berbisi berbisi loh. Kita guru nak kemana dia? Kesi luar, ni dah luar dua isi. Kau lagi kau tu dia surat dia. Oh, amnya juga lama di lain dia. Lama di lain dia ada sini yang semua. Ada sini kisi dia pada. Lama kurang jentong juga. Lama lagi tu kali dia ya Allah dengan panggilan. Lama ni lama kerja. Nama ni selaku level menyinawat terbawa menjadi kecil. Tansian dia yang je kalau tidak dia, menjadi dari itu nak berbuat. Kalau lama contoh sekarang jauh sudah dari canda dari dia oh, lama kemudian.
Buddha has possessed all along his panya, wisdom, knowing what is true, what is correct, what is not correct. And with compassionate feeling, he taught all beings what is correct and what is not correct, and how to walk on the right path, and how not to walk on the wrong path. So these are the words which came out of the Buddha's mouth. By abstaining, as instructed by the Buddha, no harm will come to the beings. If one observes what should be observed, there will be benefit as much as one can observe. Thus, such teachings are what is known as Dhamma in Pali. And the practice of these teachings are also Dhamma. And one can gain out of the practice. the consequences of the practice, or the benefit of the practice, is also the Dhamma. It's also called Dhamma. And the application of what one gains out of the practice also is Dhamma. In this way, based on Panya and Mahagruna, he has given the method of practice. Thus, if one practices, the Dhamma will bear the Dhamma bearer. If you practice Dhamma, you will be protected. The Dhamma sustains, the Dhamma will sustain, protect, uplift, and will bear the Dhamma bearer. That is Dhamma practitioner. The one who practices in accordance with the principles of the Buddha's teachings. Thus, one will be free from dangers. For instance, just imagine if you kill, steal, commit sexual misconduct and so on, or if you abstain from these things, you will be free from blame, free from harm. And if you cannot abstain from these unskillful deeds, if you commit all these unwholesome deeds, unskillful deeds such as killing, stealing and so on, you will be subject to, first of all, you will be subject to self-blame. This is also one of the 4 dangers. You will be blaming yourself. Whenever you reflect upon your behaviors, bad, unskillful behaviors such as killing, stealing and so on, you will be blaming yourself. And this is the danger of self-blame. And you will be blamed by others, by the society. Thus, you will be subject to blame by others. This is another danger. And then, if you go beyond the things what are restricted by the law, if you go beyond the bounds of law, you will be punished by the authorities according to the available prevailing law. And also, as for life after future life, you will fall into woeful states. These are the 4 dangers: the danger of self-blame, blame by others, danger of punishment, and danger of falling into the woeful states. If you cannot abstain from what should be abstained, you are bound to fall into these woeful or miserable states. If you can abstain, then you will not you will not meet such dangers. Thus, with loving great compassion, the Buddha exhorted the beings to abstain from these unskillful deeds. However, as for the majority, they would go on committing these unskillful deeds. They would kill, steal, commit sexual misconduct, tell lies, and they would indulge in malicious talk, meaningless talk, frivolous talk, meaningless talk, and so on. They would covet others' properties. They would have ill will, and they would not believe in the right belief that good begets good and bad begets bad. So they don't possess the right belief. Thus, they walk on the wrong path and endure suffering. The Buddha does not want beings to endure suffering. Thus, he gives guidance so that beings can walk on the right path. Thus, the guidance or the guide has given the right guidance, right teaching. If you practice correctly, if you walk on the right path, you are bound to reach the right destination. This is also Dhamma.
That's how you have to get it. That's how we change the idea that we could have been under the water to get the people. We look shower at the people. Material Tiga in the Chowni, Material Tiga, Tiga, sending it on all Jana, they are sending them to the something like that, we come with such a let's say, what that area is, how I am a form of the area. This is a more. Not it. What is needed is every moment of the video. Not it. Job is a delay of that jar, somewhere is a delay of that jar. What I did, I don't know. Send them in the dinner is the send them in the Jana, they are material is the video, someone is to be issued with certain getting Tu là cái đi là đi là một điều có chuyện gì mà đi là chuyện đấy chuyện đó cùng nhà nó người nhà xây khai đi nhà này chuyện là phải tại chuyện này tại chuyện này chưa có giá là là sao cái chăn là gì đấy chui vào cái chăn là gì đấy ra thôi ấy rồi lấy chui chăn là người nhà để cái chuyện gì mà đi là chuyện gì đây chuyện đâu người nhà gì chứ thì chăn là đồ khăn ra này ấy rồi chuyện cái này để ra chuyện sau nữa không phải ấy rồi chuyện sau này cũng là đi ra cái sao mà cái này là cái chuyện này cũng được đi ra để bảo làm sao mà cái gì cũng là đấy.
There is this implied meaning of the Dhamma. That is, Dhamma sustains, helps, protects and uplifts one who practices in accordance with the principles of the Dhamma. Just imagine, if you do not know how to abstain from unskillful deeds, what will happen? You will not know anything. Now the Buddha has revealed what is to be abstained. You become a knower of the method, how to abstain. Thus you are said to be uplifted from an unknower to a knower. By just listening to the Dhamma, to the teachings, you are said to be uplifted. You are said to become a knower. This is quite obvious. And the Buddha has given the method how to abstain, how to observe, how to develop. You come to understand this by listening to the talks, to the discourses. If you do not know, you are said to be ignoble. Your life is said to be lowered. When you start knowing the methods, you are said to be uplifted. Thus, Dhamma is said to have uplifted the unknower from unknowing to knowing. So does it end there? It does not. One has got to practice. And as much as one practice, one is able to purify and cultivate physical, verbal and mental behaviors. This is the benefit. Until one reaches the stage of one gains the genuine peace. So, studying or learning, practicing what one has learned, gaining the result of the practice, and experiencing the results, that is, gaining the peace, is also Dhamma. Thus, Dhamma bears the Dhamma bearer or Dhamma practitioner. Dhamma uplifts and sustains the Dhamma bearer and not otherwise. That means Dhamma will not sustain or protect the one who does not practice the Dhamma.
ကိုလည်းပဲညီတော့လူပါလည်းမသက်တာအောက်တန်းကြတယ်သူပဲမြည်ရှိကိုပိုင်ရှိရဲ့တရားနဲ့လုပ်နေစားတာမဟုတ်ဘူးမိစ္ဆာစားတာမှုပြုတယ်ကြံကြရည်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အထင်းမှုကင်းတဲ့မြည်ပြိုလေးပေါက်ရတယ်အမျိုးသမီးရဲ့ကိုယ်လေးရှိတာဒီများနဲ့ပေါက်ရတယ်ဒါမျိုးပေါ့ဒါဒီလောကမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အမှန်အောက်တန်းကြတယ်ဆိုပဲဒါဒီမဆောင်ကြည့်နိုင်ဘူးလားကျူးလွန်နေတယ်ဗျအောက်တန်းကြတယ်ဆိုအဲ့ဒါကိုထိန်းသိမ်းရည်မတည်သေးဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒါဒီပဲလို့ဆောင်ကြည့်ပါမလဲအဆောက်အအုံလေးဘေးရနေစိတ်ဓာတ်တွေဆိုတော့မသိတော့မကြောက်ဘူးလေရှောင်လို့ရှိရင်ကိုယ်မှာကိုယ်မှုလုံးစင်ကြယ်တဲ့ကိုယ်ကြီးမှုလို့ရတယ်ချင်းမှုကိုလည်းပြည့်စုံနေတယ်ကိုယ်လည်းမတည်ဘူးဆိုလို့ဘယ်လိုဆောက်ရှောင်လဲတော့မြတ်စွာဘုရားခေါ်လိုက်တဲ့အခါကျတော့ရှောင်နေနည်းတွေတည်းရှောင်လိုက်တဲ့ဒီကိုမူရာလေးကိုလုံးမူရာလေးတန်ရှင်းအောင်ရေးရတယ်တန်ရှင်းအောင်ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ကျင့်တော့လည်းကျင့်တော့တွေးကြည့်တော့အောက်တန်းကြဖို့ကိုခုနဒီကဓမ္မကကာဝေဆောက်ရှောက်နေတာအရေးကြီးတယ်အဲ့ဒါလိုလေအောက်တန်းကြရအောင်မတော်တာတွေလောက်ထားပြီးတော့ဘဝဆက်ဆက်လည်းအောက်တန်းကြတဲ့ဘဝမျိုးဖြစ်ရအောင်တဏှာခိလျှောက်ပါလည်းပဲဆင်းရဲသည့်ကြာရှည်သောဖြစ်ရအောင်ဆိုတာကာဝေဆောက်ရှောက်တယ်ဆိုတာဓမ္မပုံကြီးတရွတ်ပါကျေဘုရားတို့စီနေတော့ထက်တန်းကြတာစိတ်နဲ့စိတ်ဓာတ်တွေပါသိကြအောင်သမာဓိသိခြင်းလို့ရှိရင်စိတ်နဲ့စိတ်ဓာတ်တွေကြီးမြတ်သွားတယ်အသိဉာဏ်တွေပွားအောင်ကြိုးစားလို့ရှိရင်ဒီလိုမျိုးတော့မရှိတော့ဘူးအဲ့ဒါကစိတ်ကိုထက်တန်းကြတာအရာပြောင်းကျင်လို့ရှိရင်ဒီလိုပြောတဲ့ပုရုษีအဖြစ်ကနေပြီးတော့ဟောတန်းကြတဲ့ဘဝတွေထက်တန်းကြတယ်သွားတာအဲ့ဒါဟောတန်းကြတဲ့တယ်ဒီကလည်းလွတ်တယ်ဒီတော့ဦးစင်းရမှာလည်းပဲတာရှိပြီးဒီကအဲ့ဒီလိုအခြေအနေကိုဆက်အောင်ဆောင်ရွက်တတ်တဲ့ကုညီတတ်တဲ့ကဲ့တင်တတ်တဲ့သဘောကိုပါဠိဓမ္မဆိုတာအဲ့ဒီလိုဓမ္မကိုဒီလိုပေါ်ပြပါဓမ္မရဲ့လာမှကြပုံလေးကျင့်သုံးတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်စခန်းမှာရောက်ပုံလေးအဲ့ဒါလေးပေါ်ပြပါပြီးတော့ရတော့တိုင်းကျင့်သုံးလို့ကိလေသာကြီးဒီလိုရေးဒီလိုကြီးကြီးကိလေသာလုံးဝပြည့်စုံတရားတည်းအစစ်တည်ရှိရဲဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါလေးပေါ်ပြပါရဲ့ဒါအဲ့လိုဘုရားရဲ့ကိုဓမ္မရဲ့ကိုသံဃာရဲ့ကိုဒီနဲ့ပေါ်ပြလို့ရတယ်ရသော်ကြတာတတ္တဝါများအကျိုးရှိဝါနဲ့ဒီတတ်တာဒီနေတာပါလေလေတွေဓမ္မရဲ့ပစ္စည်းယူရအောင်ဆိုတာဒီလိုတော့မပါရပါဘူးဓမ္မရဲ့ကြီးညိုခံရလို့နေရခံရလို့ဘုလိုခံရလို့ဒီလိုတော့မပါရပါဘူးဘုရားကဘာနဲ့လည်းဆိုပြီးတော့နာမည်ကြီးပြင်းလို့ပြောရတယ်မပါရပါဘူးတကယ်စိတ်ကျင်တန်ရှင်းရုပ်ဆောင်တဲ့စိတ်နဲ့တတ်တော်တဲ့အကျိုးပြုပြီးတော့ကဲပါတဲ့ခါမှလည်းခေါ်တာပြင်လာသုံးပါးရဲ့ခုံကြီးသူတွေလည်းပဲတင့်တယ်လို့ခေါ်ရပါ
And to explain further, let us say we have three trainings, namely Sila Samadhi Panya, morality training, concentration training and wisdom training. Let us take the first one, namely Sila Dhamma, the training or the teachings of morality. Not to defile oneself and not to harm others. If one persecutes others, cause harm to others, one's life is said to be lowered. If one commits unwholesome deeds such as killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, such as man going after other women, or female wife going after other men other than one's own spouse, and other telling lies and so on, what will happen? If one does not know the method, then one will not be afraid to do such things. One will not have any fear to commit these unskillful deeds. If one abstains, then the result is the purification and cultivation of physical, verbal and mental behaviors. And the Buddha preached the methods to abstain from unskillful deeds. And if you practice, just imagine, Sila Dhamma will uplift, sustain, protects the Sila Dhamma bearer or Sila Dhamma practitioner, or the one who practices Sila in accordance with the principles of Sila Dhamma. Thus, one's existences, one's life, all along the samsara will be protected and there will be no suffering. And if one purifies and cultivates one's physical, verbal, mental behaviors, one's life will be uplifted. And if one practices concentration, samadhi, also one's life will be uplifted. And finally, if one cultivates knowledge, one will be able to eradicate even the latent forms of defilements. If one attains Ariyahood, that has become noble ones, then one is said to be uplifted from the stage of ordinary being, Puthujjana. Then one will never fall into the states of loss, namely abhaya. Thus, the Dhamma is said to have saved or uplifted, protected the Dhamma bearer or practitioner. Thus, the Buddha instructed the Sangha, members of the Sangha or monks, to reveal the quality of the Dhamma. So if one practices, one is bound to reach the final the right destination. And as it is said that if you practice correctly, you are bound to reach the correct destination. One will become convinced that there are these individuals who have practiced in accordance with the Buddha's teachings and are able to eradicate kilesas. And there are these members of the community of monks who have eradicated kilesas in a small way, in a considerable way, and in a complete way. So these qualities also are to be revealed by the members of Sangha who were to wander about to preach the Dhamma. So these qualities of the three gems, namely Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, are to be revealed for the welfare and prosperity of others. And with this object in mind, they are to wander about. So when they are going about in this manner, do they expect any gains and fame? There is no such thing. Is there any expectation of veneration by others because one is going around the world teaching the Dhamma? There's no such thing. And this is pure and clean attitude. So the Buddha instructed all the members of the Sangha to wander about and with clean and pure attitude. Thus, the Buddha also instructed the members of the Sangha to reveal the quality of the three gems.
Buddha Meswa, Kinjata, the Daya. Kurenti, Kurenti, the Daya, Kurenti, the Kurenti, the Daya. Inyane Magruna, she carried a port at the Daya. Let me just Nina and Jin Hanabu, the gay, Sama, Puni, Gagway, some shop, saying that he did the Daya, Asia, and nothing like that, she had a Dama, the person. Since the divine Tony Yat and you of the he recognized he had the
At this point, we are talking about the Dhamma practitioner or Dhamma bearer. What is Dhamma bearer or Dhamma practitioner? Dhamma practitioner, Dhamma bearer is the one who practices in accordance with the principles of the Buddha's teachings. Now the Dhamma practitioner means it covers these four aspects, namely studying or learning the method of practice or the teachings and putting them into practice, gaining the result of the practice, applying what one has gained. In this way only Dhamma will uplift the Dhamma bearer. Such are the Dhamma bearer or Dhamma practitioner. If one just read or listens to the Dhamma but not know the meaning of it or not practicing, then one will not be a Dhamma practitioner or Dhamma bearer. If one is just involved in chanting or listening to the chanting of others, this is also not a Dhamma practitioner or Dhamma bearer. This is not the Dhamma which comes out of the mouth of the teacher. It is the Dhamma as is taught by the Buddha, based on his panya and karuna, wisdom and compassion. Only this Dhamma will uplift, sustains, protects the Dhamma bearer. This is how the Dhamma can be explained, and this will be further explained in future lectures in detail. It's already 1 hour, so we stop here for the evening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Any questions? Aku ni kan kuat, ko long yang mesra. Era cenca mapor, ko long yang bima dunia kunya mesra. Naru wale dunia ko di kunya dari Australia mah tu ada. Dunia ko kena ada kunya dah. Dogon sana hong bahu. Ko bama macam dia benar dunia kunya si bare kena.
Loka tadi ada logo cium jalan itu. Kunya cipta dia tekad apa saja.
This is the normal practice of the world, of the people in the world. What this Shara has been talking about is the practice and discipline. Of course, one can help others, but in a stricter sense, the best way is to make other people happy, and by not causing suffering to others. This is the best way to help others. By not causing suffering, by not causing harm, by restraining yourself, restraining your behaviors. Thus you are not causing harm to others. This is the best way to help others. Temen ada juga.
We can do a book. We can do Sadia baby.
Sabir.
When that way.
Shara would like to say this, let you compare these two things, two ways of helping. You are helping in one instance another person who is hungry. You are quenching, satisfying his or her hunger by giving some food, offering some food. This is one aspect of helping. Another aspect of helping is you help another person from conviction, from being convicted, from crime, to death, from being convicted to a death penalty. So which one would be better assistance? So first or second one? Second one, huh? So you have to give priority to that. It is also not realistic to help others while you are not really qualified to do that. Rather than giving material assistance, material offerings, it is better to abstain from what should be abstained, not to harm others. One has got to, it takes time to learn or to know or understand all ways, the methods of saving others. You cannot just do it at once, overnight, and help others. Of course, it takes some time for your own liberation, and also you cannot purify or cultivate others unless you yourself is purified and cultivated. Unless you are free from sufferings, how can you guide them to be free from sufferings? Just like a teacher in school, he has to go through this teaching process, learning process, and become qualified, have a certificate to teach. Then only he or she can teach. But it takes time to make yourself qualified before you can impart with your teachings, with your knowledge. And you have to qualify yourself theoretically and practically. Then only you will be able to teach others. And to qualify yourself, it takes some time. It is only realistic that you qualify yourself first before you are able to teach others. So it takes time to qualify yourself. Is it possible? You have to. It takes time, isn't it?
So we should try to help ourselves first, and also at the same time, we can help others. Until we are most fully qualified, and we can help others most fully. So is that what?
No, you have to qualify yourself first. You have to become qualified. It takes time. Then only you can help others. That's what it means.
In the meantime, it's a process.
In the meantime, you want to help others also? He chain never took to Loya, Matimala Kujimare. Timala Kujimare, to go to Lovena.
Well, they do a very good put a dime in your
You are also learning and at the same time teaching others, and others will be also, more or less the same level like you. So how can you teach other people while you are still learning? This is just not realistic. This is not realistic. Any questions?
When you talk about Buddha nature, where does the kilesas come from?
Where does kilesa come from?
Because innately, one is of a Buddha nature. So where
one is?
Actually,
yes.
Innately meaning
nature.
In nature,
yeah.
We are of a Buddha
nature.
Nature.
Not
nature.
Nature. In nature.
We have the Buddha within.
Oh, by nature. Oh, Payatu Kura Mar, the Baba Payashi there. Tuko Karema Payashi, she had done a Beakirita Yor. Tukurema Payashi there. The Baba Apian to Rema Payashi there. What kind of Buddha have you got in yourself?
That's what people have been saying. Each of them have got Buddha nature.
Buddha nature.
That's how we
Buddha the Baba. Buddha the Baba. So you are protected, in other words, by the Buddha.
Sorry?
So that means you are protected. You are already protected by the Buddha.
No, not just protected by the Buddha. Actually, like each individual being, innately, I don't know how to...
This tradition does not exist in Theravada. Suppose you believe in Buddha nature in you, and somebody comes and kicks you, what will happen?
No, but where does the creation? If there is no Buddha nature, then how can one become enlightened?
Buddha, the Baba, the Buddha, the Buddha, she went and Buddha Buddha nature, I love Yama. The body, Kuma Mushivan. Buddha and Dhamma are different, and we actually don't understand what you mean by Buddha nature. Buddha is Buddha, and Dhamma is Dhamma, and Sangha is Sangha. That's all it is. There's no such thing as Buddha nature.
Because I do.
This is not in Theravada tradition. Maybe this is Mahayana thoughts.
Then how does a person become enlightened if there is no...
Because you all rely on such things, depend on such things. That, oh, I have Buddha nature in myself, I don't have to do anything, there is no kilesa. So, you don't practice anything to be free from the bondage of kilesas. So that means that you become a